The world famous Waldo should be coming in. I haven't heard from him, so I'm just assuming he'll be here. To my far left, one on the Greg Dawson, aka City Hall. How you feeling, brother?
Feel my hands like I always do. I ain't to that far to the left. I'm a little bit more
Well,
to the middle.
Crank up tonight. We got some alumni here from
absolutely.
the J. But we ain't gonna talk about Jefferson tonight. Tonight we doing something. We talk about Robinson.
Okay.
Robinson High School. That these my folks right here, man. So without further ado, wide receiver coach Andre Davis, head coach KJ Pearce. Robinson High, stand up, man. We in the building. Y'all welcome to Chop Shop.
Appreciate y'all having us.
Definitely appreciate y'all.
They know KJ, we go back. I'm talking, we go back. So I'm just sitting back. I'll go back a couple weeks ago because I know, like, when I saw it, I said, damn, okay, KJ got the job. And I made it my business to reach out to you because I was so excited for it. Because I remember, I go back with this cat here, man, like high school barbershop. That's something offline. We ain't gonna talk about that. But KJ was definitely loose cannon in them younger days. So, but I'm so glad for you, man. So just tell me how all this come together.
Honestly, God put it in position, man. You know, like you say, Big D, you knew me a long time,
Yes,
and
indeed.
high school wasn't something I ever really put much thought into.
Okay.
Last year I had the opportunity to go help out my old high school coach. Came back and gave me the opportunity. And honestly, I went out there just to meet him and say hi. I hadn't seen him in 20 years.
Okay.
And you know me, 3 weeks later, I was calling the defense.
Okay.
So it kind of just went full circle. He had an opportunity to go back to coaching Division I football, which was kind of where his passion was. And I thought that was it for me. And the school reached out and, wanted me to kind of take over on an interim basis. And I did that. Me once, can't go half step. So once I got in there for a week or two, just a week or two of being with the kids, at that point it was hard to just turn it over to somebody else. So I went ahead, I put my name in the hat, and I went through the interview process and, came out victorious. So, it was just meant to be. So I'm excited for the opportunity. Definitely excited to turn the program around.
You remember what you were doing when you got the call? Where you were like?
When I got the call last year?
No,
this year?
Yeah, we're gonna hire you.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was a Friday night. I was hanging out with a couple of friends, and they called me, and at first I said, being the politically correct thing to do was I told them I had to talk to my family.
Yeah.
And my friends talked, a couple minutes in, they were like, man, you got to take it. So I called them right back and said, I'll do it. 10 minutes later, I was reaching out, building the staff. I called Dre and Mason Foster and, Fred Amica, people that
you got some names on there.
Yeah, people that I've known for a long time. Like, I haven't coached with Dre, but I've watched him coach over the years. I watched him grow over the years, and, I always watched him play, of course. So, a lot of people on my staff are, guys that I've either coached with or grown up with or know them very well. So they cut from the same cloth. They want the same thing for these children. So it was a no-brainer, and who I needed to reach out to build my staff. I got a couple spots that I'm filling out, but we got a good staff in place.
Well, Dre, was it hard for you to, whatever you was doing, because I'm telling you something, Pelham just on here, shout out to Mush, he just said you set the tone for all the youngers in Carver City. Now this man, and I don't want to really get into what you did in school, but I got to say something.
You got to.
The man to my left, proud alumni. And I remember, and I'm old school, I'm reading the paper. Okay. Andre Davis, because I play ball with your dad. Your dad to kill me in HEC hoop. Couldn't guard it. You know what I'm saying? But that's another conversation. But Andre Davis, that's okay, I know. And Andre Davis, okay, I know the name. Okay, so then finally, now y'all doing your thing. Senior, y'all doing your thing. And it was just like, I used to be at amazement at some of the stuff that you was doing. I remember at a 707, South Florida, you like this, like before O'Daly did it.
Yeah.
One hand, like, damn, what the hell is that there? That's the same, that's Andre Davis. I'm like, okay, all right, dude. So let me fast forward. So when KJ reached out to you, was it like, okay, that's a no-brainer. I'm jumping on there.
So I done been around KJ. I done seen him coach. He coached at the Jags for years. So I've been around that, watching them kids, because I got a bunch of friends who they have kids that play out there. So I've been around it. I've been watching KJ do his thing, and the way he coached, like, that's me all day long. I see how he coach. I see that in me as well. So when KJ hit me, even before he got the job, when he was coaching last year, he reached out to me and was trying to get me to get out there when he was the D coordinator out there with Simmons.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm gonna think about it, but I was coaching with the Jags.
Okay.
9U, we had a nice little group of kids, so I was out there with them. So I ain't really want to half-step it, so I told him I'm gonna think about it.
Okay.
Came around this year, he hit me, he told me he got the job. I was already thinking about KJ from the time that he hit me about it last year. He was on my mind the whole year, so when he got the job, it was like, it wasn't even a no-brainer.
Right.
As soon as he got the job, I told him. As soon as he came to me with it, I told him, I'm with you.
It was easy.
All the way through.
It was easy. It wasn't no I got to think about it. 30 seconds in, I didn't even finish my sentence. He said, I'm there.
Yep.
I'm there. So, it was big putting people in place that come from the same places, not only as me, but as these kids.
Right.
Because I'm big, I preach it, right? There's plenty of people who know football, but it don't mean anything if you can't get these kids to believe in you.
But see, one thing, and I talked about before we even got on the show, both of y'all got a different kind of angle, and also relatability is very important.
Yeah.
So when we talk about these coaches that are in their 60s, 70s, you can't relate to the kids today. You can't.
You can, but you got to put in work to do it. You
Okay.
know, it's not a seamless transition. Just you got to bend. And I've witnessed it firsthand with some older coaches. If you're not willing to bend,
It's going to be hard.
if you tell them kids that sky blue, they're going outside to make sure. It's not, they don't trust anything you say.
Right.
Right. So being older and more removed from today's culture, you got to actually go home and you got to get on social media. And
Yes.
I'm not 60 years old, but I'm also not 16. Right. So I as well got to, I'm constantly looking, and it helps me because I have 2 teenagers.
Right.
So I'm constantly, trying to understand today's culture. Not because I want to be like them, right? I'm an
Right.
OG. I'm going to be who I am.
Okay.
But
That's a good one there. OG.
But I gotta understand these kids to kind of understand what they're going through, right? So it is work understanding today's culture. I'm not into TikTok and jersey swaps and being friends with the enemy, but I get
There we
it.
go.
They
Right.
are.
That's
right.
right.
So even though it's not something I used to do, you can't get too pissed off about it. It's today's culture, right? We all did something in our generation that the older generation wasn't thrilled with. So
I get that.
just bending a little bit, right? Bending so we can meet in the middle.
And also, too, when it comes to them older coaches, even when it comes to X's and O's, like, the game changed a lot.
Always.
We were talking
Absolutely.
about that before we even got
Right.
on. The game has changed so much. It done transformed. It's more of a passing lead now. It's wide
Right.
open. It's a
Right.
spread game now. So
Right.
if you think you're going to still ground and pound your way through the game, you might be able to do it, depending on your personnel, but like I said, it's more so a spread game, so you got to adapt now. You got to adapt to the times. If you stuck in back then, 1995, even the early 2000s, the game
Right.
has changed so much. You got to adapt with it if you want to be successful.
Yeah, that's funny you say that because, you sit back and think now, speed is what you got to have on the field.
Yep.
You got to have a couple big boys down low, either blocking or trying to get to the quarterback. But them last 7 or 8,
Speed kill.
they got to be able to move.
Got to.
I mean, good, like lateral, like they got to be quick. Okay, I got to get over here.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's the thing that now when you have a lot of kids that are so fixated on what position they think they can play, over coach, out of school, I play this.
Right.
Well, over here, I play this, but I did what I need you to do here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that I think also, and I don't want to put y'all on the spot, but we talk about this a lot of punk-ass parenting now. And I know you probably dealt with it.
Oh, yeah,
with
for
youth
sure.
league, where everybody,
And
my
definitely.
son, my baby play quarterback. My baby,
And honestly, being in high school, the last year versus my time in Little League, it's not as bad in high school, right? But it does still exist. But that's the culture of trainers, right? And people thinking because they paid for their kid to do some sort of training at 8 years old, their investment secures their spot in high school. It don't work like that.
Well, they had
It
nothing
don't
to
work
do
like that.
at all.
Yeah, it don't work like that.
No.
And you know, I could go train with Michael Jordan every day. I ain't going to the NBA. You know, it don't
Right.
matter really who you training with. At the
Right.
end of the day, it got to be in you. And
Agreed.
you gotta put in that work,
Agreed.
right?
Absolutely.
And I'm big on telling my kids. I've coached kids that have turned out to be 5 stars, and I knew when they was 9, 10 years old they was gonna
saw
be
it.
5
They had the
stars.
dog. They already had the
And
dog in them, right?
It wasn't
right.
athleticism. It's when practice get over at 8:30 and we dog these kids. They out there by themselves putting in extra reps. You know, and it's the ones who, when you say be there at 10, the game start at 11. You know, kids rolling in at 11. Not the 5 stars. They there at 9:30 stretching.
I'm ready to
and
play.
making,
Ready to do it.
So 5 stars is a mentality. God bless plenty of people with 5-star ability, but it's the work you put
gotta
in,
put the work in.
right? So.
Agreed.
And just because your parent, I got a son, he doesn't play football, he plays baseball, and I've paid for training and done this and that, but at the end of the day, he got to put in the work, right? And I tell him that I could pay for training until the sun go down, but if you're not gonna put in work when no one's watching, it's worthless.
Well, is he receptive to it?
You know, he a teenager.
Okay.
He a
so that's
teenager.
struggle then, okay.
Is he left-handed?
No.
Okay.
You're right.
These
You're
days,
right.
then, I don't feel like
you're
that.
right.
Okay. It'd be hard. 'Cause they
He
like,
can play though. You know, it's just that the training kind of, and I actually taking him to baseball training kind of opened my eyes to what was going on because I was kind of ignorant to it, right? Because I'm a coach, I don't train.
Okay.
And I would see people in there, man. You know, training get high. Somebody get up to $1,000 a month, especially for baseball.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
see
baseball.
kids in here every week, and you know they not playing.
I know a couple guys who do it. In fact, Dev does it. Baseball he's a hitting instructor, Devin
Devin?
Addison. Yeah, and he's
my guy.
He's talked to
He
me.
coached me growing up.
He talked to me a few times, and what you're saying, especially when it comes to baseball, he said, Dawson, at the end of the day is, do you know how to be a pro? Especially because they're not going to
That's the
baby
key.
you. And now, unfortunately, pro starts in middle school and high school with
Right.
this stuff because if you don't, they can't just put it in you up here. You had to have already had it and built on it, especially in baseball.
And you see it though. You see the kids coming back week in, week out, and they don't want to be there, and their parents paying that money. So at some point, a lot of what I'm getting to is a lot of the parents that you're talking about. The parents is they want it more than the kids, and they want to live through the kids, and they want they want the glory. Kids just want to compete, right?
Make sure you tape that to a red.
Yeah,
I want to get. When I say
Had to
that,
loop that
people look
one.
at me like I'm crazy, but it's like
It's the parents that
That's
want
true.
the kids in a couple places. Kids don't mind, right? Kids will go play anywhere. If when I was growing up, if my mama told me I had to go to any school, that's where I was going, and I was going to be a dog there regardless. Kids don't
Regardless.
care. It's the parents that are putting the kids in the same couple places and then bitching about it afterwards because it ain't enough ball to go around. I can say that on him.
no,
So
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no,
You
you
good.
said-
You good.
you
We
said
let
what
loose
I
a
was
little
gonna
bit.
say, yeah.
We let loose a little bit. Now you're not wrong for that, but I think
That's
the
the
biggest
truth.
thing is, and piggybacking on what we talk about a lot, is that y'all that last generation of kids that did stuff outside.
Yep.
See what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like you right there, you can go right there down there to the Loretta Ingram.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And go hoop.
That's the
Yeah.
spot.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all go out there and hoop, get up and down, but nowadays kids they texting,
Yep.
they on their
Tablets,
computer,
And I'm gonna take you a
tablets.
step back. I played in the school in Blue. I ain't gonna say their name on here, but I played there.
I'll say it later.
And before they put up Loretta, we was out there
In the
on the
trenches.
dirt,
People see
putting
that.
in
A lot of
work.
people don't
The
know that.
old
They
rec.
used to
Putting
people
in
now
that old
don't
rec.
remember the old rec back then.
Yeah, I know
Putting
that
in
old
work,
rec.
That's
so
where I played at.
Yeah.
and back then it
With
was
the swings.
stipulations on 7-on-7. You weren't allowed to do it in the spring, and so we got no coaches, a group of
Y'all just
10,
coming together.
We go get it in.
Yeah.
We go get it in, and it was more intense than any practice, but it was because we wanted it.
That's the
right?
difference.
Right.
So that's why I know. Don't get me wrong. If your parents and family could afford training and your kid actually wants it, it's a great tool to have. But there's ways to make it out, man, without that.
You got that grind.
Yeah.
You got that grind to you.
Well, don't underestimate what you all have above the shoulders either. That's one thing I always harp on, especially like you understanding concept, because we talked about it online. So you can't tell me what some of us can never adapt to, because when you go a certain place, the concepts are easy to understand, and it's adaptable. Plus,
Right.
you play the game above the shoulders, and you know that matters at the end of the day.
But I think the biggest thing I see now is that a lot of kids, and that's what I get into, like with both of y'all, highly respecting youth coaching, to get kids to buy into what you're selling. Because the kids today, they want to win right now. Mm-hmm. They don't want to put the work in. Right. They want it right now. So, I mean, you got kids that could go to, say, another school and start, but I'd rather go here and I could be third string, but they winning.
Yep.
What's the logic in that?
It ain't no logic. You ask me. It don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense. You mean to tell me you finna go here to sit behind two people, not sit behind one person, to sit behind two people,
right,
just because of the name of the school? Right. You get no looks, you got no film. That don't make no sense.
Say that last part. You got no what?
No film.
There you go.
Yeah. That don't make no sense. But what I can say also though, these kids really don't know. If you don't have leaders like us, for real, like out there, all they know is what they see and what they hear.
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. See, both of y'all been recruited.
Yeah.
Both of y'all done played ball. Your athleticism paid for your education.
Yep. Right.
You see what I'm saying? So and then here we go again, back to what I was saying. So you South Florida, you Howard, HBCU, South Florida. My thing nowadays is that the kids are so consumed with, well, I got an offer from here, but I don't really want to go there.
Yep.
But if it's paying for your education, capitalize on that.
That's the key.
And see, again, that's why I say I'm great for these kids, because I've been there, right? Y'all know me, I was.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah,
I got recruited, and just like a lot of other people, in the same situation, stuff fell through where I thought I was going Power 4, and then before you know it, I'm thinking JUCO or D2, and then Howard come through, and I remember thinking, damn, Howard being embarrassed, man, it's D1, but man, I thought I was going to Florida State, I was first team All-State, so being like, man, and then getting up there and there's dogs there.
Yeah.
And I ain't the big fish. And I'm like, damn, they can play here too. They can play here too. What position you play, man? Y'all so damn, it's ballers everywhere. So I can have that conversation with these young men. And I came before the transfer portal.
Right.
You were there.
Too.
You were there. So now they have the opportunity to go to a Howard or a FAMU or, a lower tier Division I and bust it and get up to Power 4, but to think that it ain't ballers everywhere, man, there's kids all over the world that didn't
and they're hungry, and a lot of times just circumstance
right.
put them where they are.
Right. I remember thinking, man, I'm a Florida boy. You from New York, Pennsylvania? I'm in the Northeast. Man, I tell you, these boys put in work. They get to it. They play ball. They put on their helmet the same way.
Yes.
They put on their helmet the same way.
And that's the thing. It's funny you brought that up, because now we get into, and I talk about this a lot. I want Hillsborough County to field a more competitive program throughout the masses. You came from a state title team. You achieved a lot of success when you played ball. I really want to see these teams, because I'm so tired of Miami dominating every year. Like 2 years ago, they won 6 out of 7 classes.
It's a mindset, Big D. I'm going to tell you. So I watched them go pull off the biggest upset in state championship history. I witnessed it versus Miami team, right? I went down there we went to state when I played at the school in blue.
Okay.
In round 4, we had to play a Miami team, and we went down there when it was unheard of. Hostile environment. Nobody went into the 305 and made it out.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We made it out with a W.
And who y'all beat that year? New Orleans?
Miami Pace.
Okay.
They beat New Orleans, I think.
They beat New Orleans.
Same thing with, the youth football situation.
Mindset.
I've been there 16 years where at the time, everyone, you can't beat those boys down south. Man, I'm 4-0 versus them boys down south. It's a mindset. So you put on your pants the same way, you put on your helmet the same way, and we're going to go out here and fade. So once the kids get that instilled in them, it's just a mindset. So right now, our goal is to win a state championship, right? And I'm preaching it every day to the kids, right? It's not a rebuild.
Right.
Get that out y'all mind. I'm
Right
not
now.
here for a rebuild. I don't got patience.
You're not here to give anything
we
away.
doing it right now.
One of my best friends I grew up with, see some of the stuff that's going on, and he like, man, y'all doing good, man. I won't be surprised if y'all win 4 or 5 games this year. I say, you know me a long time. If I win 4 or 5 games, I'm going to jail. Right? I'm shooting for the top. 4 or 5 games, man. Listen,
But I think and that's the thing.
That's the mentality.
Right.
The mentality.
You never stepped on the field in your life and said, "I'm okay with losing."
Never.
But the kid, and that's what y'all got to instill, and that's very, very important.
That's what we
because
bringing.
That's what
if
he's
you
bringing.
if you believe it, you can make them believe.
Oh, yeah.
it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
for
I think,
sure.
and I'm gonna tell you a funny story that Waldo tells better than me. We had a dude come through Cut Edge to get his hair cut, quarterback at King High School. I don't want to say no name. When I played ball, he in there on the Thursday getting the edge. They playing Armwood the next night. I say, man, y'all gonna start tomorrow? This the quarterback now. Hell no, we ain't gonna beat them. Huh?
it's over.
Hell no,
It's over
we ain't
for a
gonna beat
start.
them.
No.
And listen, I could have a 5-star. He could have 150 offers. If I hear he said that, man, he might as well pack it up. Gone. He can't play for
That's
me.
the mentality.
He can't
Right.
play for me.
Can't.
And I'm having that conversation with my kids. Right, football is an intense sport. I understand there's some of y'all who was walking by and saw a sign and said, "We got a football team. I want to try that." I get it, and I'm happy you're here. But this is it's violent.
It's a gladiator
It's
sport.
a gladiator sport.
And only
right?
strong
It's the
survive.
closest
Yeah.
thing to
On the
combat.
strong
you'll
survive,
get.
yeah. And I think it's funny you say that because when you start spring, you out there, you working out, you short t-shirts. I tell people all the time, when you get to put
That,
the right L on,
Oh yeah.
Equipment on.
and you
boy.
get to hear that, you get to hear that sound
It's a
effect.
ball game.
Yeah.
Everybody don't want that, Dre.
Oh yeah.
Whole different ball
Everybody
game.
don't want that. I'm telling you.
We played
Listen.
it. When you feel your brain smack against the back of your head, and they blow on the whistle and say back on the ball, you gotta make a business
Hey,
decision.
All right.
Gonna tell you what's fun. Now, if you coaching out there when school start, if you run a PE, look at flag football, you gonna see some guy. Oh, boy, he fast. He
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he
oh,
good.
Yeah.
I'm seeing if he want to play.
Whole different ball game
I'm
when the
telling-
pass come on, boy.
Hey, I tell everybody.
Exactly. I
It's
told
different.
everybody.
And see, we
it's
old
different.
school. We from them tour days, so y'all tour days too.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
So when you do
Oh,
the
yeah.
tour
Oh,
days,
yeah.
hey, listen, the tour day. I tell people all the
Rough,
time.
boy.
Dead serious.
When you go through that summer, y'all can't do tour day no more, right?
No.
Nah,
Okay, when you go through the tour days in high school, you really ask yourself, why am I out here doing this?
Oh yeah. For
Why?
sure. For sure.
I could be at the ball. I could be
Ain't
home.
but a couple more weeks before school starts. I'm out twice a day.
I remember my first tour day. The second practice, we warming up and now it's sprints.
Yeah.
I'm running as fast as I can, but I'm walking and I'm trying, but my legs won't move because they dead. I didn't know nothing about dead. They literally won't move. So I'm trying to run. It's like a movie, like a scary movie. You check,
Yeah.
I'm in quicksand.
You can't do
I
nothing.
couldn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
So it's these kids, they don't know, but some things. They probably should have stopped. they probably should have stopped.
They took us through the gauntlet, but I'm grateful for it though.
Yeah, for sure. And
Mentally tough, physically tough.
Right.
And the
That's how we
ability
win
to
the
compete.
championship.
You can
The-
deal
the
with it. Yeah,
ability
you
to
can deal
compete.
with it. Yeah.
and I'm big on taking the principles of the game with, right? So we here with y'all. We not in the NFL, right? But I still live. The game of football is in my life every day. And everything
Yes.
I've done, I've dominated, right? Y'all had me on here when I started, my breeding business.
Yeah.
And everyone was telling me, oh, you crazy. And, oh, it's hard to do. Man, I did great with it. I went, I was on, Good Morning America and TLC. Like,
Yeah.
I've also, I've used these principles in corporate America where, I was a 25, 26-year-old African-American male, presenting in the corporate setting with, 40, 50-year-old corporate, Caucasian men, and I held my own because football prepares you for adversity.
Yes.
It prepares you.
Look at dog. He done heard
I
dog.
know where they got it
All
from,
dog
too.
got his chest stuck out.
It prepares
That's
you for
facts.
that.
Yeah.
So, if you take away the principles of the game, you always gonna be successful in life because football pushes you to your limits. There's been times where I thought, man, I'm gonna die, but I didn't die. And it made me
Right.
stronger. It made me a
Yeah.
better person, and I still use those day in and day out. And again, my child, my son, he doesn't play football anymore, but I made sure he played it, as a youth.
Yeah.
8 to 10, 8 to 12. You're gonna play it because you're gonna take the principles from this game.
And I want to say something. Shout out to Howard and Dr. Craig Blythewood, who's no longer with us, is another esteemed alumnus of that greatest institution of higher learning, but he was a graduate of Howard.
Okay.
And what you said means that what he talked about when I would see him just in passing, we played a little flag together years later. Your ability to compete, even on that other level, came from people think going in HBCU is not a great thing. I think I'm trying to get my son to come back.
Oh, it's amazing
for his to get his doctorate, but that's okay if he doesn't. But the things that you can get from the two schools that you all attended, that they're great. And I actually wish I had gone to an HBCU. I tell them that all the time. I wish if I could do it all over again.
So
I'd have gone to HBCU.
The connections and the network are second to none. I could go to any major city in America, and I'm 15 years removed from it, probably a little more.
Yeah.
But I've gone to, hey, who do we know here? And I get a text right away, such and such live there. You know, anywhere. I've been in Houston. Hey, who do we know here? I need to, and right away, you got teammates and
they look out for their own.
Everybody,
They're supposed to.
Yep. So the culture was definitely inclusive, and at the time, again, I thought I was, should have been at a, I tell everybody I was first team All-State. The other two linebackers, one went to Florida State, one went to Notre Dame. So I'm sitting here like, well, how the hell? So I thought, I should. But when I got there, man, I was at the time immature. 17-year-old kid, Florida boy,
away from home.
Right? DC a little different. Got to take the bus if I want a loaf of bread. Got to take the subway if I want to go out. Just a little different, but. Looking back, man, all the experience and all the culture that was embedded into me, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Now, Dre, your journey was you were local. I know you had schools looking at you. Mm-hmm. What made you decide to stay home?
So, I ain't never really told nobody this, but I give y'all this story. So, through my recruiting process, I had a lot of offers. So, being where I'm from, I grew up around a bunch of stuff. I seen a lot of stuff, so I was always the one who was like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to school. I'm going to football. I'm going to do it.
Right.
I knew I was going to do it, so I had a bunch of offers. My first 3 offers, USF, Miami, Florida State in that order. It was my first 3 offers ever, so I got a bunch of them. Probably had like over 60 offers. But through the recruiting process, I'm like, I know I'm going to school, but Florida State, Coach Dawsey, he coming to see me almost every other week. Him and Coach Jimbo. That's when Jimbo Fisher was the OC at Florida State. Okay. Knowing what I know now, just being a grown-up and stuff, going through the process, you got to take that recruiting process serious. You can't be playing around just because you got all them offers and thinking this and that.
Yeah.
Coach Jimbo and Coach Dawson, they made me a priority. They coming to see me like every day. They want me to commit.
Right.
You feel me? But I'm just
you doing you
playing through the process.
Right.
Yeah. So it came down to they coming here weekly, every other week. Nah, I'm barely hearing from them.
Uh-oh.
So you feel me? And that's where I really wanted to go. But in my mind, I'm like, they ain't really messing with me like that. Then they got them 2 commits. You feel me? So
I was surprised. I was surprised, and now you funny second. I was like, why did he go to South Florida? I was really surprised. Like,
I knew I wasn't leaving Florida.
Okay.
Because family, I want my mom, dad, I want everybody to be able to come see me.
I
knew I wasn't leaving Florida, but it ended up coming down to that. USF, that's what it was. I felt like it was, and when I went on my visit, everything was nice for me. They laid it out for me. People was cool. They had Lindsey host me on my visit.
Shout out Lindsey Lamar.
Shout out Lindsey Lamar. He doing great things right now.
At Howard.
Yes.
No more.
He at Pitt now.
Pitt, okay. My father.
Really? He popped off at Howard. Yeah, he doing great
Howard.
things. Yeah, he running back coach at Pitt now, doing great things. But he laid it out for me, told me the ins and outs of USF, and I knew I was going to be able to do what I wanted to do there. So that's what it ended up coming up to. But just because you have all these offers and stuff, don't look at it like that, because these coaches, just like they want you, it's other people who they got
and
too.
then the good thing about
and you got a great education.
Yes, absolutely.
Even that, but you got to play.
I'm actually about to go back to get my master's in the summer.
Okay, yeah.
I'm glad
that's all right there. But like I say,
I expect greatness out of you. I know you.
Your family
could
could still come see you play.
Right.
And that's something like you can't. You can, like I said, you got Carver City. You wear Carver City.
Yes, sir.
So y'all right. Y'all right there. So if you, hey man, look, we're going to see Dre play. You might have 30, 40 people at your game.
Everybody.
They coming.
That was love.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's why I say that, and that's what I get back to. The city need to do more. We need to do more of that. Give love to all that'll do it. Not all that hate. Not
Right.
Be a, you know, like
Be
I
supportive.
want to see y'all do
Yep.
great stuff at Robinson.
You know, we
Me too.
appreciate
There's
you.
no
Appreciate
lie, there's no cap on it. Like I'm definitely gonna try to. I got a nephew playing ball at Sumner, but I'm definitely gonna try to make some of y'all
come check
games
us
because
out.
what y'all doing, and you may not see it right now, but it's huge because when you look at other coaches getting hired, it's like, okay, KJ from the city. I mean, I'm not talking about with the Lutz or with the Stein brother.
Heart of the
KJ
city.
from the city.
Right.
Dre from the city.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all vested it. Y'all 10 toes down in the city.
And we still in the city right now.
Exactly.
there.
And
So that's
you
why I
know-
Get
say.
in.
You know, prior to my recruiting process, somebody told me, man, I ain't gonna give you that job. I say, why? He said, you qualified. But everybody knows to get a job in Hillsborough County, you got to be old and white, a young rich or a young rich business owner. You ain't none of those.
That's hate.
But you know what? I thought
But you are a
back
young
and
rich
I
business owner, though.
thought of it. I am. I am.
Right.
Oh, he said, or a teacher. So I said, you know what? I use this to my advantage. I said that in my interview. I said, this is what people think of head coaches, around the community.
Yeah.
Right.
We could single-handedly change the culture right
Exactly.
here. Right
Immediately.
Right.
Exactly.
And
Right now.
immediately.
That's what
I'm,
we doing.
I'm so appreciative of it because I they didn't have to give me this opportunity. I'm not in the school board. I'm not a teacher.
Right.
I
Right.
don't teach. So it was something that it would have been easy for them to say you don't check enough boxes. Right. I'm not willing to teach. I'm not willing. There's a lot of things that it would have been easy to say, oh no, but they believed in me. So.
And then something else too. Both of y'all have
You have a pedigree, though.
pedigree. Both of y'all, but also relatability.
Yep.
So when you out there with that
That's the
14,
key.
15-year-old kid,
Yep.
especially at Robinson, that's Rembrandt,
Yep.
South Tampa. A lot of them kids don't have dads when they get home.
Yep.
They looking at y'all as, and then you have
Right.
men that are going to be coaching these kids.
Yep.
Right.
Not
Real
young
ones.
boys, I'm talking men.
So let me tell you when I first started coaching Big D for the first year, and that's why I love Dre and why I want him on my staff because I watched him go through the same thing I went through. My first year, I thought I was playing. I led the world in personal fouls as a coach, and I'm so grateful for the Jaguar organization. I tell them all, boy, y'all should have fired me year one because I was a stone cold fool. I was fresh out of school, first time not having on a helmet. I mean, I was in the end zone doing doo-doo brown with the kids and all that. So
This
you
year.
know, I grew up, but throughout the process, I started to understand the kids and what they go through. So now, what I think sets me apart and my staff is, I know these kids. I know if they got two parents at home.
Right.
I know if they eating. I know if if they walking to school. I know if they getting dropped off.
Okay.
Right, and that's just through small talk. I'm not in their business, but I'm talking. And once the
Communicate,
kid,
we rapping.
kids could tell who's genuine and who's faking it.
Say
Right,
it
they
again.
could tell if
Say it again.
I'm faking the love to get them
That's
to
facts.
play for me.
Yeah.
But I got kids that decided not to play or couldn't get eligible. I still text them are you graduating? Is there anything we could do? I got a trade program coming to the school. Do you want to come find out about a trade? What can we do to better your life? Right? And I'm
Hold on,
big.
back up. What trade? What's some of the trades y'all offering?
So I actually partner with Chain. So
Yeah, Chain on here now.
Okay, so Chain linked me in with the Skills Center. They got a great program over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
great place.
A trade program in which they allowing the kids to finish and get certified with the trade, but they paying them pretty much to go through the process. So
Okay.
when Chain reached out to me and said he was partnering with them, it was a
nice.
no-brainer. Come out to the school and talk to the
Oh,
boys.
baby, bro, do
That's
your
nice.
thing, Chay.
You
Do
know,
your
you
thing.
know that's
Yeah.
big. That's OG right
Yeah,
there.
he's
for
solid.
real.
Like I
So
said,
solid as they come.
but the beauty of what you're doing, like I say, both of y'all, these young men, because a lot of kids, and the mindset is we so big on athletics as the way out, and that's not necessarily the case.
Everybody ain't gonna do that.
Get your grades.
Gotta have it.
And like you say, how many people I know cats that I'm humble that was better than me. And they ain't make it. It's hard. I
Right.
tell the kids it's
hard.
hard to get to
It's
that
hard.
next level.
It ain't easy.
Right. And that's why I got, Dre made it up there and got a shot there. And I got
Right.
Mason, who he was a 10-year NFL vet, and and wore the C on his chest for 9 years, so he's able to talk about how
Fred
hard
Amica,
it is.
too.
Fred Amica, that's my brother, right? If anything I need for the last 25 years, I could call him and he come running, right? So he was out there with us last year at Robinson. I called him when I came. I say, hey, Simmons back, same thing as Drake, 5-minute conversation, and he was all in, coaching the running backs and ended up doing great things for the program. And he was done. 1 year was all he could do. He's like, man, that was a lot. And then I got the job. So he's like, I dust back off my whistle. So, again, these are cats that played at a high level. Some of the best I ever seen, and I ain't just saying it because I know them. You're right. Y'all could vouch for it. Some of the best cats to ever come through the area on my staff. But we could speak on what it takes to get to that next level and how hard it is to get to that level after that.
It ain't easy.
And then what comes after that, right?
Yeah.
So I got a cat who, won't say his name, he just out of respect to him, but he's young. He's coaching. He's going to be coaching with us first year out of college. And during the interview, he kept it real. He said, man, the transition into the real world is kicking my butt. And the mentor in me said, you know what? You hired. You going to help the kids, and we going to help you, because all of us been there. I remember the first time I had to go to a regular doctor. What y'all mean I got to wait in the lobby? I remember. I've been there. I remember, not having a messed up back and having to go to the chiropractor. I'm like, what a trainer? So I've been there. Having to find my own housing and all this. We've been there.
Right.
So the mentor and me said, man, and I talked to the coaches on my staff, hey, we're going to help him. We're going to mold him. Yeah, he's a coach. We still gonna coach him through life, right? Because we've all been there. We transition into the real world, and it's dead serious. Right? So that's what we here for, to help these kids. And I learned actually from Chain. I'm gonna go ahead and give him credit for it. What's more important than winning is building young men, and if you building them the right way, y'all gonna win games on the way. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. Right? Yep. You don't got to be building thugs and convicts to win football games.
Right.
You could build lawyers and doctors and successful gentlemen in the community and still win. Because you know what? We were them. I like to think I'm very respectful, and I open doors for old women and help them cross the street. Yeah. But once I get between those white lines and I put on my helmet, I will spit in your face. Yeah. And I have... I go to church Sunday and pray about it, but on Friday night, Saturday... I tell the kids, if my grandma put on a helmet of the other color, I would knock it loose. And that's that's the way I was brought up. But
I respect that.
Once you get out those white lines, it's yes sir, no sir, how can I help you? Thank you, please. But in those white lines, it's a judge-free zone. It's combat.
Now, how many kids y'all got coming in spring?
So we actually had a really young team last year. We graduated about 6 seniors.
Okay.
So, and I think 2 or 3 of them were starters or impactful players.
Okay.
So we're returning a lot. So I think we should go in the spring with about 35, 40 players. So that's pretty good, pretty good numbers, and it's open season. It's evaluation. All positions are open.
Something else too, y'all got. Your relationship, you coaching, your relationship with you coaching. You gonna get kids
that know you.
I won't play with Coach Drake.
I hope so. That's what we hope.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Hoping. I mean, if you sit back and think, and then the Jags has always been a dominant feeder program for, I'm gonna say it, Armwood and Tech.
Yeah.
So the majority of kids that play on both of those rosters came from the Jags organization.
Yeah.
And they have been probably head and shoulders as far as that they run that they've been on for the last probably 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
When you compare other organizations and other leagues. So I just think, it's gonna be interesting to see.
So when I first started coaching youth football, my stepdad who coached with us last year at Robinson, he played college football, obviously a lot older, and I used to tell him, man, at the time I was coaching 7 and 8 year olds, I'm like, man, this kid gonna be a 4-star. This kid gonna be a 5-star. He said, man, you crazy? These kids 7 years.
And you can see it
later on in life. Now we flipping through Saturdays. I'm like, that's that kid I told you was a 4-star. Flip the other channel. That's that kid I told you was a 5-star. So I say that to say this: I was been blessed to coach some great kids at the Jaguar organization. You're absolutely right. We definitely have been a feeder to all of Hillsborough County.
Yeah.
And last year, I joked, every team we played, not just those 2 you mentioned, some of the low-tier teams that were 2 and 8, 1 and 9, 0 and 10, every team we played, they best player was one of mine.
Yeah.
So after the
Okay,
game,
James.
you know, I'm doing the pictures, and it comes full circle, you know.
But they still respect you. They still,
oh yeah, for sure. I'm still a coach, and it's rewarding to see them. We had a kid, and man, he's a freshman sensation, and I talked all week about how we weren't gonna let him score. As soon as he came to our sideline, he said, "Coach, you gonna double team?" I said, "I don't care. We lose by 30. You won't score tonight." I made sure he ended up scoring. But it's just rewarding to see that. So the talk noise and
see them compete,
I'm open with them. They don't gotta come play for me. I'ma still root for you.
Right.
Do I want you? Of course, but
Right.
you don't got to. You know, I'm as real as it come. If I play against you on Friday night, I'm still, you know, I'm still rooting for your success. Right. Obviously not against me,
right.
But you know, I want all the kids I coach to be successful because we poured a lot into them kids, and we can't take them all, you know, and they can't all come play for you, but we poured a lot into them, and the end goal is them being a successful young man in the community. And
that's the biggest thing. So it's like, you know, just like Coach Chain did say, the records, that's okay, but you want to build young men that go on to graduate, be good fathers, good husbands, you know, and give them the tools that they need, because both of y'all, like I say, y'all from the city, and to me, that was a big thing for me coming up, is that I didn't have a coach. I couldn't relate to my head coach.
That's what I be trying to tell people.
You know what I'm saying?
Same thing.
I couldn't relate. Now my running back coach, Coach Brown, me and Coach Brown were cool. That was my baseball coach. So if I ever got in trouble, Coach Brown would be my go-to.
So it's funny you say that, and I never thought about things like this, right? I'm just coaching. I'm living it. I don't think about, you know, the culture aspect of it, but something that made me go home and think about, you know, I just had a conversation with a returning kid, and he walked in the locker room, and he's a really good ball player, and I, you know, said, "What's up, baby boy? You ready to get it popping?" And he said, "Man, coach, I've been waiting my whole life for a coach to talk to me like this." And it's just the relatability, man.
Right.
So I went home and I'm like, you know, I never thought about it, but I would have loved for a coach to talk to me like that too. My D coordinator, when I got to Howard, man, he's the realest dude I've ever met in my life, right? And he would talk to you just like that. And we would run through a wall for me. It wasn't all roses and peaches. He would tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Right.
But you know, just the way he spoke. You know, he wasn't that much older. He was from the projects in Baltimore, so he was able to relate. Right.
Yeah.
So, and that's different.
Trenches.
You know?
The wire.
That's a lot different. That's a lot different. But he was relatable. He been through things, right? And you know, I'm open and honest with these kids. I've been through things. My mama had me when she was 16. I've been through things, you know, and I made it. You know, she bust her behind to make sure I got there, right? But there ain't no 16-year-olds walking around with a bankroll. It was hard. Right. It was hard. So I tell these kids, don't be ashamed to talk to me. It's a judge-free. I've been through everything, right? And my struggles and my, you know, some of the issues I've had. It's documented. You know, you don't got to be ashamed. If you're not eating at home, I've been there, right? You go home and your lights off, I've been there. Right, and a lot of people ain't able to relate to those kids, at least genuinely.
Right. But I think that's something too. That's
the important
having
part.
That key. Yeah, having that connection, and like you said, not being judged, because we live in a society now, especially with these kids.
Yeah.
If they know something's going on that ain't right with you, then you become the butt of joke.
Yeah.
That's why I sit back and think like, and I know y'all got kids. You know, you relate like school clothes. That's something that you just assumed every year you was gonna get.
Yep.
Right.
Now you come to school fresh. It may be a couple kids that don't get school clothes.
Right.
Maybe a couple kids don't get Christmas.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it makes you put life, and that's the beauty of it. Different perspective. But also we all come from a place. But I think more people need to take more time into learning why is this person the way that, because people are angry. And we talk about mental health, and you don't know why. Like, man, what's wrong with him?
Might not be eating.
Right.
Yep.
You never know what they dealing
Yep.
with. You know what I'm saying? And when the thing now is that in certain areas, like I said, certain communities, they don't have the resources available as others, which also makes it tough to try to show a kid, okay, well, hey, you know, like perfect example, we just talking about schools in general. Steinbrenner, Duck Dolph. They got plant. Mm-hmm. Everything is in abundance, and it's available.
Yep.
Okay? Sumner, right? Ruskin. 2-parent homes, 2-3-car garage. Like you said, the kid got the tablet. Like I was laughing at my nephew. They got kids driving 10th grade. Driving.
Oh yeah.
Like, what? Driving?
Yeah.
And they driving nice.
Nice
Yeah.
Nice cars.
Yeah, they driving your uncle car that what you call it.
So the community that Robinson is a little well off now. It's a little different than it was.
A little different, changed?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the project's gone.
They didn't call it gentrification.
Yeah. So it's a little different, but it is there is a mixed demographic there. But so we do have the vaulted ceilings and the green grass, but we also got some that are the riding scooters, to school. So
and it's a choice school too.
Right.
So
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So being able to relate
Robinson
to
choice school.
Yep.
Okay.
Being able to to relate to both demographics is important as well. But yeah, for sure, there definitely. And I'm big on it. I tell people there's kids in the NFL with 2 parents, 1 parent, and no parents. It's up to you. Right, it's up to you, and I'm big on that. Right, again, I never use my mom having me at 16 as an excuse.
Right.
Was it hard? Yeah. Did I ever hear her make an excuse? Hell no. Right. So what I look like using that as an excuse? Right. We got here, and it'd be disrespectful to her to use that as an excuse now. Right. When she went all in to make sure I had everything. Right. So home life is no excuse. Does it impact your mind? Absolutely. That's what we're here for, and I'm here to talk you through that, right? But I'm not gonna accept, Coach. I don't got no support at home, so I can't graduate. That's BS, right? That's on you. So just being able to walk these kids through life, and then coach them 2 hours a day as well. So we more life coaches than football coaches. Yes. So
And when they spring start?
April 27th.
Okay, then y'all got the
we got a spring game May 21st.
That still jamboree format, or how they doing?
So full game. There's 10 schools or 12 schools that are playing a game. So this was selected before I took over. So we playing Sumner May 21st. So it'll be a full game out at Sumner. But it'll be like jamboree.
I mean, style,
the kids will go out there. We'll play everybody.
Yeah, we ain't gonna show too much.
Right. We'll go out there.
About 6-7 plays, and you get in. Okay, you come on.
There you go. But
I
am excited, to hit something of a different color with the kids for the first time. So we're gonna grind it out in the spring. We're not even focused. We got, we were a 1-9 football team last year. We got so many bigger problems in our spring game right now.
Right.
So we're gonna grind. Spring is about changing the culture.
Right. You said April what?
April 27th is
Spring.
the
Spring. No, I like to see.
Oh, the first day.
I like to see when everybody ain't pretty.
Yeah, there you go.
I can see the pretty stuff later. I want to see who don't mind being dirty.
And that's what we want to see. So. Spring is, and I've talked to some of my coaches offline about it. What my vision is, it's going to be highly competitive. If you guys have watched that, and I hate the Gators, so I hate to bring it up, but if you watch the Gators documentary, how everything was competitive, right? Everything is about winning, right? And as much as I didn't like the Gators, I always respected what they were doing at that time because it was clear. It was clear cut. They were dogs, right? But you build dogs throughout the off season, throughout practice. Yes. So we're gonna come in and we're gonna compete. I'm gonna see what we have, right? And what we do have, we're gonna change the culture. Everyone's gonna be dogs, right? If we got 22 players, they're gonna be dogs.
So let me ask you this: what has the community? What's the support been like from the community?
Amazing, man, and I can't ask for more support from the alumni over at Robinson and the Booster Club and the parents and especially the administration. The athletic director's been amazing. The principal's been great. There's never a question I got that doesn't get answered.
Right.
We're refreshing the brand. We got home uniforms already in the mail. Away uniforms are ordered. And we went custom. You know me, Big D. I brought some drip to them, so we're gonna be, we're gonna change it up
I know you got. I know you're doing a blackout.
Yeah, for sure. We're doing big things around there. I talked to the athletic director about restarting the Hall of Fame. So they do, they have the Hall of Fame there, but it's been years since someone was inducted, and I ain't gonna spill the beans, but we got a big induction going down this fall season that I know for a fact is well overdue in the community, and it's gonna get all our alumni back on board.
Okay.
So just some things we're trying to do. We're gonna do blackouts. We're gonna do alumni nights. My dad had me on the phone with J.R. Reed. just trying to bring back the old Robinson when we played against Robinson. It was a dog fight.
Yeah.
It was a dog fight, right?
Y'all back there, but see you back there. I know you back with Marcelo Trigg.
I played against
Okay,
Trigg.
you
Yes.
Trigg. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we had dog fights on Friday
So I
nights.
remember Zane, God rest his soul, Dez.
Yep.
Those were Zane totaled it, and Dez was just so.
And the history is gone. It's not gone. It's just kind of forgotten, and that's why I think it's so important what you said, to hire coaches from the city, not from the suburbs, not from Bradenton, but from the city. Because I could go back in there, and these people that have been forgotten about, like Dez, like JR, like Kwame, what do you mean we don't got these people on no walls and nowhere? And it's really people around them who ask me,
Matt Vogel.
who are they? And I'm like, who are they? The best to ever come out of this county. So just being able to, but that happens when there's attrition and there's turnover at the head spot and at the administrative spots where it kind of just it gets lost and forgotten about.
You bringing that feel good vibe. Y'all bringing that feel good vibe where it's like game night gonna be like a party.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Gonna be swing.
For party. We finna get in here, get this thing. Gonna have a band, get them.
We gonna hang out
for sure.
Yeah.
And you know what'll help us with that is prior to coaching high school football, I've been a fan of it. So there's coaches that, I've been on sidelines on Friday nights because, I've got kids playing there. And so I've seen what works and what doesn't work. I've seen the coaches that, some of the schools we talked about where them kids third, fourth string, they're like, Coach, I don't care. It's, it's the culture here.
I'm out here.
It's glue.
And I want to be a part of it.
So I've seen what works and what doesn't work. In the schools that are the kids are going to, man, on Friday nights it's like a block party, and I'm out there, and it's fun.
They having fun.
It's fun, and it's that old school vibe, like you said. Like it's like almost like a big cookout, and we want to bring that back to Robinson because there are historically good people, athletes that have come out of there. I'm big. I tell everyone. Dez was, to me, the best basketball player to ever come out of here. He was, when the basketball coach asked who was there, he not from here. He's a good guy. He not from here. He said, who is he? I said, he's the LeBron James of Tampa, right? I remember being a little kid. I probably was 7, 8 years old when Dez was there and going out there with my dad and my goddad. And he had the mouthpiece, was a football mouthpiece with the strap, and he had it on playing basketball. And man, when I tell you it was like LeBron James as a kid seeing him play. So just, bringing some of these names back around, and not, obviously can't bring them around, but just the memories, right, and the history. So we plan on, reinventing, Robinson football, but we also plan on incorporating some of the old history.
Now I got to tell my Andre Davis story since you went into basketball. I want to say, Dre, what you 2011?
I graduated 2011. Yep.
Okay. 2009 summer. Jefferson played summer league at Jesuit. Know a couple of kids that played, so they say, man, the dude, Drake coming. So I'm thinking the dude that played, that was at 707, him, he gonna be. I said, okay, so I'm gonna chill. They had a couple games going, but I definitely wanted to see and watch them play. So they probably up and down, this back forth. Somebody takes a shot off the glass. And you know how at Jesuit, you can see, if you sit in the right spot, you see everything.
Yeah.
So he got the instincts to where the dude take the shot, he go to the basket. Now the ball, and I don't know if it was like a set play, but it hit the backboard, front of the rim, and comes off. You see him, and I guess to me, what's so crazy is that have somebody had that picture and just kept it in still, you'd be like, yeah, because he was so high above everybody, and he came, when he came down, hit the back of the rim, the ball was Everybody was like, damn, like everybody in the gym, I never get, it was a white guy sitting there, he was like, God, he just like lost it. But it wasn't the dunk, but I just knew how athletic he was at that time. I'm like, damn.
He could damn sure jump out the gym.
Yeah.
Like 14, 15 years old.
You were dunking at 14, 15?
Oh, no, I started dunking when I was 12.
Oh, excuse me.
Right at the
I'm
red.
standing to be correct. Okay, I'm sorry.
6th grade.
Excuse me.
Yep, 6th grade at
That's
that red.
crazy.
First time.
Coach Fred Amica, we were just talking about it 2 days ago. He said, man, I came home he a year older than me. He said, I came home one of those summer off seasons. I was training out at Jefferson. He said, I knew he was going to make it. So there wasn't nobody out the track. It was summertime. He said he was out there with his high school girlfriend. They was running hurdles together. I said,
Yeah.
he said, I knew he was going to make it. He said he was a dog. He was snapping on her. They was competing. He said his girl was a dog too back then. They was going at it. Yeah, we just talked about this 2 days ago.
So you ran track
Shout out to
too?
her. I actually did. I didn't. So I played baseball, but I jumped. I didn't get to run. So Coach Quest didn't really like people
Yeah.
doing that track and out baseball.
Hey,
But
I
shout out to Coach Quester.
Okay.
He loved me. He treated me like I was one of his.
Okay.
But he actually let me go jumping. I got the track record at Jefferson for the high jump, 6'8".
Okay.
6'8" high jump.
Okay.
I did something big long jump too, but yeah, I did that track. I went to state in the track.
Okay.
My senior year? Yep.
Yeah. Y'all pull that thing out.
Oh yeah, they had a stick. We was excited to go back and watch them, and that was the last. I was one of the last times that it felt like that old school J boy.
Probably
That's the last public school to win, though, ain't it?
Jefferson.
in Hillsborough County?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken.
Public school, yeah.
Public
Yeah,
school,
public school,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. Public
Yeah.
school, yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard.
So it is.
It's
It ain't
hard.
easy.
Yeah, they the last batch, you
I
right.
think we got a state championship in baseball since then too.
But I think went to the 4 and 15 for basketball.
Jefferson won one in baseball too, yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. I remember that.
Yeah.
They beat,
Like,
I remember
like 2014.
That was
somewhere
15.
around
They
that
made it to the
15.
Final Four for
Yeah.
basketball. I was just
E.
talking
Hayes,
to them about it. Yeah,
E.
that was
Hayes,
my
yeah.
little god brother was out
Yeah,
there.
little
man.
Maurice now.
I remember they beat. I
LeBron
forgot what it
James.
was, but they showed somebody had footage of the
He hit
gym
the
when they
buzzer
scored
beater.
late. Yeah,
Maurice hit
and
the
the
buzzer
crowd
beater.
just
Yeah.
went crazy.
Yeah.
But
I
it'd be
think
good.
it was versus the school from Fort Myers. They had
I'm in Dunbar.
one of them. They had a high-rated
Jefferson.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tore the gym down.
It was
boy.
at the J.
I was
Tore the
down.
gym down.
Let me do this real quick, man. We gotta do our little trivia because we're doing the shout out LA and Red. They doing a polo party. So I gotta ask this question. This too old school for y'all. Pull this up for me, cause I'm asking a question, and then what I do is that I give whoever first one to answer the question, we get a ticket to the party. Now, if y'all want to come, just hit me out, and I get y'all in.
I don't get the answer. I don't get the answer.
No, you can't answer. Yeah, you know you too smart. You know too
Whatever.
much. Okay, Torrey, you gonna pull it up for me?
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Do this real quick. Get back to this. Okay. Ninth annual polo party. So the question tonight is, and I'm finna do this, climb with y'all a little bit. What was the name of the dealership where the Walmart is now on Hillsborough?
The name of the dealership where the Walmart is on.
It used to be a dealership back in the day.
Yeah,
On West Hillsborough?
No.
East Hillsborough.
East Hillsborough, right by Checker.
Because you
Before
talking
you were
about I'm
born,
too
Dre.
young, but I'm gonna let
No, it's not. If you want to go,
It wasn't before we was born.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I mean, they closed probably maybe early 2000s.
No, mid 2000.
mid.
I got my license in 15, and I went there car shopping.
Okay.
05.
Okay.
And I went there
so
car
no, I'm
shopping.
saying, but like I said, yeah, but if you want to go to the party, you just let me know you
Yeah,
good.
I'm going.
So I'm just waiting to see you gonna answer.
I told y'all I'm an OG now.
That's the question. So what was the name? What was the name of the dealership where the Walmart is on East Hillsborough right now? So we ain't gonna get back into it. You take that down to Red. So first one that get it, that's who get the ticket. I said over to LA and Red. So back to what you were saying,
Shout out
like
to
you know,
LA.
yeah, back to what you were saying, like man, like during them times, like y'all making your run through state, the city, and that's the beauty. Like I remember, like when Tech 5, 6 years, 3, 4 years ago, got hot. You know, they made their run, went down to St. Thomas. But what I struggle with, man, and help me out with this, because I struggle with how teams in Miami, and like you said, it's mindset. But we got enough kids in the city to come out. Dre like, dog, that ain't. Dre, talk to me there. What is it?
Man, listen. I tell these kids all the time. When I hear Miami, a light go. When I was playing, a light go off on my head.
It's
Like I
on.
don't see. We finna kill them.
It's on.
Right.
That's mine. You talking about Miami? You talking about they? We finna kill them because just like KJ say, it's the mentality, it's the mindset. Like you would never in a million years let this. I know I won't. there's nobody in the world you can tell me that they're better than me in football. So you finna say, oh, Miami better than no. But guess what? They might have a little better guidance. They might have better coaches coaching them during times. But when it comes to talent, and we just as good. So maybe better if you ask me.
I think so too. The thing is, what I think is, right, their parents are kind of removed from the process a little more than ours, right? They're involved, but it's more of an old school vibe. They release them to the park.
It's different.
And it's no what you said to my baby, why you slapped his helmet, why you cussed, right? Because down there they still treat it as one of the only ways to get out.
Yeah.
Part B is, right, what Robinson is giving me the opportunity to do, we're 15 years behind because they've been doing it down there. They've been getting younger coaches from the community.
Yes.
Right.
That the kids believe in already,
and identify with,
and putting them in a position
That's the
of
key.
power, right? So, if you look at their coaches, right, is they don't got many, they don't got John Gruden's or John. They got people that have usually climbed through the little league ranks down there, and put their footprint in the community. So those kids know them. They'll run through a wall for them. The community knows them. And 9 times out of 10, well, usually down there 10 times out of 10, they also are homegrown in that community, so they understand that culture, right? So we talked about like the outskirts and hiring people. Again, no knock to any coaches that aren't from Tampa or from that,
but
from
I
other
think
states.
it matters. You can't say it, but I can. It matters,
right? I think so. I think so.
Me too.
But I think the biggest thing, like to me, is getting the kids to buy in, and I think y'all gonna do well because the kids are gonna buy in to what you selling. Because once again, here are 2 guys, both educated, played ball at a high level, went to school, paid for. I can get some game. I can get some real game from these coaches. And that's the thing that a lot of parents, a lot of kids don't like uncomfortable conversation. Yeah. So let's say here it is, you're a guy and you out here on the team and somebody may take your position. You can do one or two things with that. You can get out here and work a little harder, or you get out here and pout.
Or
but if you definitely get out here and pout, you can quit. Or you get out here and pout, that definitely ain't gonna help you.
Ain't gonna help you.
But that should be your fuel.
Right.
Let me get out here and work.
Grind.
What I got to do, let me see what I'm not working. What is he doing that I'm not doing?
But that's life, and that's one.
Yeah,
of the
and that's what I'm
why
saying. You got to teach.
I know
You got to
y'all's
teach the kids
kids
to
can
compete.
get the young men that come out there to Robinson are gonna get a lot because of you two.
Yeah.
They'll get a lot of game for sure. A lot of good game.
It's gonna be weird for me to root. Good, we already know where I am, but I'll be rooting.
There we go.
You get me a shirt.
We greatly appreciate you too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what it's about. Though. Just take the teaching the kids.
I will be there
To compete. That's the most important thing. They have to compete.
Yes.
Compete for sure.
Understand this is not given. This is earned.
And it's again being a little bit younger, and I've taught these lessons to youth kids, right? It's easy when you winning, but that's life. When you winning, when everything going good, you got a good job, good car, nice house, everything going good. Everybody want to be around you. The stands full. Lose that job,
right?
Lose that car. People start to
stumble,
retract, and you start to figure out who's really for you. You look around and you go from a posse of 200 and all these friends and family and women, everybody want to be around you, to now, man, it's you. Right? So I teach that to my kids, and I've had opportunities before where, I've had a team where everything's going well and we're playing in front of 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people, and then you lose, and that next game is 40 people there. But that's life, right? That's life. When you win, and everybody wants to be in your corner.
Right.
And I'm teaching the kids that now at Robinson, right? You guys, it's been a laughing stock of the county for a while, right? You should be tabling that and remembering all that. Because we're going to win, and when we win, you should be taking notes of who was laughing at you.
Right.
Right? Because I know I am. I'm big. I don't do social media and get on there and go back and forth. But I see it.
Let me ask you this, because y'all normally, don't they have like a coaches conference or meeting before the season starts? All y'all come in, so it's all the coaches?
Yep.
Now let me ask you this, because I think that's the thing where, I'm sure you got some that talk crazy.
I don't know.
Okay.
I pray not.
Okay.
I pray not.
I'm just saying, it's competitive, but like you say, you run into some guy, we got y'all this shit, we're going to We're gonna work y'all.
Yeah, all that's healthy.
Okay, that's healthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, Zoe Ashwood, that's family to me. And we were on the phone a week ago, and he said, when we see you, I'm gonna whoop you. I said, Uncle, it ain't like that. I can't wait.
Know right now.
But that's healthy competition.
It ain't gonna be how you think it's gonna be.
So it will be a lot of that. But I'm taking notes.
Y'all there with you?
Y'all play Brandon this year,
No,
right?
we don't know.
Okay.
We don't know.
I'm waiting on the schedule.
We just were joking. We'll just joke. We probably will. It probably will end up being.
What's y'all, black and gray?
Yep.
So you like the Raiders? Okay. So
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
All right. So y'all gonna. I know you got the drip on the uniform.
Oh yeah, we got some. It actually looked like some old Raider stuff. It's nice.
It's
nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to put it on.
Okay. And like I say, you dress it out 35, 40. It's gonna be good, man. I'm really excited for y'all because I think it's so refreshing to see two young guys get out here and make a difference in the community, especially like I say through football.
Yeah.
Because a lot of coaches in youth league, for whatever reason, don't get those same opportunities for just, like you say, education, background, whatever it is.
Right.
And I think a lot of that's missing. So to go to high school football, and I got a coach I can relate to, that I'm finna get in here with, this is gonna be
something
it's
great.
gonna be all right. Yeah.
Yep. And I plan to match because life is life. One day I will be one of those 60-year-old coaches who the kids don't relate to, but why I'm here. I've joked for the last couple of years. Anyways, I'm getting older. My niche is my energy, right? I'm up and down the sideline, and there's some games where now I'm getting older. My heart going crazy. So while I can still interact and run around and be intertwined with these kids, I'm gonna max it out. I'm gonna max it out because there's gonna be a time where I'm on the sideline, polo tucked in, not able to move, and.
But I feel like you say, but you doing the beauty. You doing what you enjoy doing.
Right.
And I think that's the thing. That's the biggest thing for a lot of, because it ain't gonna be work to you.
It ain't.
You enjoy what you're doing. Like you come out there with that fire.
One of my homeboys just told me the other day. He was joking. He said, "You got your pregame speeches written down?" I said, "Man, I ain't never wrote one of them down. They just come natural."
Yeah.
And he said, "You know what? That's how you know you meant for it, because I have to write mine down a month in advance." I said, it just come. It come, and sometimes I gotta cut it. I'm like, man, I've been going too long, so it's natural. And I joke with, my girl and my family, if I ever hit the Powerball or the lot, I coach to the day they put me in the ground. Okay. Right, it's what I got passion doing. I also joke with my girl, if the doctor told me coaching gonna kill me, bring the casket out there. Bring it out there, because I ain't stopping. This is what I do. I had a year where my, probably about 5-6 years ago, where my business really, really took off, and I just wasn't able to coach that year. I was around, but I wasn't really. That was the only year in the last 16, 17 years I didn't coach. And financially, personally, everything I had, everything I wanted, but I had a void in my life. I didn't understand what was wrong. Like, I was going through I had more than I ever imagined. With financially, my business was booming. But it was that void, man. And I didn't understand. You remember being a kid and the coach tell y'all don't know I need y'all more than y'all need me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he just saying that to get us to like him. but I tell him every day, nah, man, y'all don't know I need y'all more than y'all need me, right? Because I don't know where I would be without this, right? It keep me grounded. And I get to release some adrenaline. If not, I'll probably be around here.
And it gives you something to look forward to.
Right.
Like you say, April 27th, because I know y'all gonna be like, you probably can't sleep the night before.
Right. The process, right? It's the process, and I still love the process, right? And I love that. It's considered a rebuild, and we won 3 games in the last 2 years. I love all that.
Me too.
The challenge.
I love being the underdog, right? Because you know me, Big D. Like you said, I've changed. I ain't that wild card I was in the barbershop, but they gonna have to hear me. They gonna have to feel me a little bit.
Yeah.
All
say,
the shots people been throwing and the jabs, and I see all the he don't know what he got himself into, and Robinson ain't capable of winning, and I see it all, and I don't respond.
But the thing is, though, man, is people. I just hung out with Pelham this past weekend.
Shout out Big Pel.
Yeah,
OG,
shout
real
out
OG.
It's so crazy.
Big
When I sit back and think, like, this past weekend, I had the pleasure of watching my boy Joe Fowler, another Jay Graduate,
Little baller.
son. Son, we used to like brought the hat out for that. Mike Triggs, youngest son, little Michael had pro day at Baylor. But it's so sad to see how people in the city do not want to see these cats win.
Don't make no sense.
And I mean, I just it kind of is frustrating because if we all 8-1-3 and we pull up for the city, then pull for everybody.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no way. Like I'm gonna give you perfect. Let's just say, hey, y'all pop off this year, go to playoffs. The teams that are not in the playoffs, if you're in the city,
You should be
pull
there.
for them.
Right.
Pull for them.
Right.
It ain't about you, pull
Right.
for them.
Right. And
That makes
About
no
the
sense
city.
to me.
Yep.
Because it's about the city.
About the city.
But you got to be secure within your own skin to be one of that. That's
Absolutely.
why, that's why I rock with you and always have. You cut from the same cloth where I'm confident. I don't got to
Right.
put nobody down
Never.
Right.
to shine my light bright.
Exactly,
right?
and that's
So-
why. And I want to show you, like, okay, when you got the gig, I said, man, I got to get you. We got to put
Yep.
something together to get you on here.
I damn sure
Because
appreciate it.
I want people to know your story is a lot of these kids, same environment, same background.
That's what I've been preaching, Big D. I walk the same hallways as these schools. Obviously not Robinson, but I went to the same elementary, middle schools. I played for the same youth leagues, right? I shopped at the same stores, same malls, same Walmart.
Right.
Why not me? That's what I was. Why not me?
Yeah.
Why? Because I haven't done it yet. I've
Right.
been coaching at a high level. X's and O's is X's and O's.
But it also get that young kid a sense of hope.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
Dre said,
Absolutely.
everybody ain't gonna make it. It's hard.
Yep.
Right.
So hey, if I could take what Coach Dre and Coach KJ gave me, when I get older, I can pour that into
Yep.
a kid.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
And
always
I've
about
already-
passing it forward. It's always
Right.
that's what it's
Yep.
about.
And I've already began to instill that in the boys, right? Like I just said, why not me? So right now, why not us, right? We working just as hard as every school in the state. Why not us? Why? Because we won 3 games the last 2 years. Why can't? So if you don't believe we can't win, it's the wrong place for you.
Wrong place.
Because why not us? Why ain't we gonna win?
We gonna do it.
We lifting the same. 45 pounds is 45 pounds. I don't care if you here or at a 5-time state champ.
Right.
Right. 45 pounds is 45 pounds. And work
Right.
is work.
Right.
It don't change.
Work
You're right.
is
And
work.
I think the beauty of that is that to instill that belief. You know what? We can win.
Yep.
We gonna win.
Yep.
We gonna win. And if everybody's united and understands, because see, it goes back to, like you said, the mindset. If you can talk to a kid and make him believe that he can do it, he'll do anything for you.
I'll do a wall for
If it
you.
can be believed, it can be
with no
conceived. So,
hesitation.
And
there you
again,
go.
it was a long
facts.
time ago, but I remember showing up to high school. I got an August birthday, so I graduated at 17.
Early, me too.
I got there at 13 years old.
Yeah.
And I remember they said, we running 14 110s today,
Oh, man.
and we're going to win state. And they made me believe it. I didn't know what the hell a state championship was. I was
Yeah.
13. But I went home by the end of that first week. I knew I was trying to win state.
was
Again,
on
I didn't
board.
know where it was at.
You was on
I
board.
didn't know what it took to get there, but I wanted to win it. So
Didn't know what it
and
was.
eventually we got there. My
Right.
sophomore year, we played in the state championship, and,
Right.
and again, we 2 years prior to me being there, they played there, and then we got there, and then Dre them kicked the door down. So it's a process we were happy to see,
Yeah.
but I believed it from day one. Right? We weren't trying to win 6 games.
Right.
No, I'm
And-
here
and
to
it's-
win state.
And it's funny, like when y'all made y'all run, I remember y'all with Pasco, Waldo, Dade
Yep,
City.
yep.
I said, man, they ain't gonna beat them. And the whole city came and y'all whooped them. But the beauty of what I saw is that old school cats like this, alumni.
Yeah.
Shit, we're going to the game.
Oh
bro.
yeah, we
It's
was
so
all
we
in.
there.
It's so crazy because back then I got a good friend named Jamie Bird. He went to USF with
Yeah,
me, but
yeah. Shout out
his
to Jamie
daddy-
Bird, yeah.
His daddy went to Pasco. They
Yeah.
wanted to stay at Pasco.
Exactly.
So it was,
Hamburg
it
boys,
was-
yeah.
It was kind of big when we did get to play them in the city because everybody was Pasco here.
Yeah, Dade City
The
came.
city here, yeah.
They were
so
deep.
It was big.
And that's why I
was
say, but it's
definitely
like
big.
hit it, you 86, you on 5,
07.
07, excuse me, but everybody 83, like
Oh, we was lined
92,
up on the
96.
gate.
Yeah.
We was lined
We
up on
going.
the gate.
Out there.
Yeah, we was
Yeah,
on the
that's what I'm
gate.
saying.
All the old, everybody we played with.
That was
it
Friday, I
wasn't-
remember Friday at Thanksgiving, I remember that.
Yes.
Yep.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
It
But
wasn't,
it was-
it wasn't a call like, "Hey, y'all going to see him tonight."
Everybody was
We
just
was there. We
Yeah.
pop up in the whole. Everybody from the last,
Yeah.
like you say,
was
20
swinging,
years
boy.
was there.
Yeah.
And that football brings that that back. So that's again
that camaraderie.
I'm trying to bring that back. At Robinson is and once you start winning,
it never feel like I say. Hey, I would hate to bring that story, but I remember the year King, a couple years after y'all did y'all thing. King was 7-3.
Yeah,
they got stuff banners all out there on the field. King. That couple years they go to losing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like you said, they're like, man, I ain't going.
But they had some momentum, and that's when Lil Greg was at the quarterback, right?
Yeah,
since
you said it.
Yeah, that was
Lil G.
That's what he played with my little brother. So again, man, I'm like I'm a Hillsborough County historian, so I've been watching, kids before me.
You're a student of the game.
Right,
both of y'all students of the game, though.
Players before me, and I was telling one of my homeboys today, right? Even though I'm not them, I'm a fan of what, you go to the Armwood Tech game.
Yeah.
Or, you go back a couple years when Mike was at Wharton and Wharton and Tech, right?
Yeah.
In the atmosphere. Or you go back to when I was coming up in the Hillsborough King, right?
Yeah.
Or
Hillsborough Jefferson.
Or
Hillsborough Jefferson,
those, right? All
Jefferson
those,
Chamberlain,
right? So the atmosphere, right? And those rivalries. I'm jealous we ain't have none of that last year, right? Everybody was a stepping stone. Ain't nobody coming in there taking them serious, taking us serious, right? So I told my homeboy earlier, I can't wait to be in one of those games, right? I can't wait to be a. And
then also you got to hit the concrete, hit the community, apartment complex, do whatever you got. Just let people know, hey, we coming back.
Yep.
We finna bring this back.
Yep, and I told the kids, right? Don't the way the county structures the schedule. We have a tier 3 schedule. It is what it is.
Right.
But we're on a 2-year bid of it. And in 2 years, I told them I want to be playing the Armwoods and the St. Thomases and I don't want to. You don't set goals to play bottom tier teams. I want to be in those games where the whole county's out, where the game's selling out by Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
I want my boys to experience that because that's a real football environment.
And I'm gonna say something. I'm let Dre know. I'm jealous of Dre because Dre could walk the game that he was a jit.
Yeah.
You just sit back and think about that. You could walk.
That's what was going on with me.
That's
right.
That's why I bleed that even before I went there, my daddy went there, my auntie went there. I grew up right down the street. I go straight down Art Street and get there.
Yeah.
I seen all them from about 02 to I got them. I can tell you stories.
And then, like you say, you probably out there with a fist like a kid, eyes this big.
Eyes so big because I love football.
Right.
I'm tied in.
Yeah. My stepdad was the D coordinator at Jefferson.
Okay.
Right? So he got the job, I think, my 6th grade year, my 6th grade spring.
Okay.
Stepdad being young, I ain't going to school with my stepdad. And, at the time, I wanted to go to everywhere else.
Yeah.
And, man, I went out to one of those games.
And that was it.
And
you were
Bubba Caldwell.
Bubba
Caldwell. And I say, man, I'm coming here. And then it was every day, hey, I can still come to Jefferson, right? They go from here. Hey, you still gonna let me come here, man? So. And it was
Would you go to Rolling Park?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope. I went to Greco.
I
ain't know nothing about that.
Wait a minute.
I ain't know nothing about that.
You coming all the way from Timbertary?
Yeah.
Man,
listen, my stepdad got that. Once I seen Bub and Josh Balloon and, man, all these kids, man. Shout out to Josh, man. Good dude. Great dude. But once I got out there, I was in the 7th grade, and that was it. That was it. So then, the whole 8th grade off season, again, that's what it's great when kids dream of this stuff, right? That's what I'm telling the kids. I want kids that have dreamed of this moment their whole life because I remember being that. I remember putting on the helmet, man, and just being, man, I get to put this on. So when I go out there, I'm ready to put in work because I've seen what comes with this.
And school started 9th grade for y'all, so you played JV a year, right?
Yeah.
Or varsity?
I played JV a year. It's funny you said that about Roland Park because Lionel Bryant. He was at Roland Park. I forgot. He wasn't a guidance counselor, but he was one of them people in the office. But he used to come get me and Rodney Mills. That's CJ. CJ Mills. That's his little cousin. He used to come get me and Rodney like right before school to end because they got Thursday practice at Jefferson.
Right.
Before the game, not shells, but jerseys, helmets. They run around, running through plays and stuff. But he used to come get us. And I remember, bro, one day, bro, he came and got us, me and Rodney sitting on the bench watching them practice. CJ come up to the water boy. You know the water boy with the little...
Yeah.
You spray the water.
Yeah.
CJ like, boy, I can't wait for y'all boys to get here. I tell CJ verbatim. I tell him, we in 8th grade now. I say, CJ, when I get here, boy, we gonna win state. I promise you that, boy. And that's exactly what happened.
Y'all did it.
We did it.
Y'all did it. And did it in a major way. So it was like, y'all whipped everything. And I'm gonna tell you, it was so crazy that year. I knew y'all were good from the year before.
I tell everybody we really supposed to have 2.
Yeah.
Okay. I can get that. But I forgot who y'all played. I tell you, no, I do know who y'all played. Y'all opened up that year at Hillsborough.
First game of the season.
And they got to fighting on Hillsborough side. I had Kobe with me at the game. They played, and they were whooping Hillsborough. But somebody got to fight in the stands. And I said, I can't have my jet out here like this. I mean, they whooped them. Then I remember they had to play a Gaither, and they showed it on Channel 8. And I remember Quint did a play action.
Oh, so when you laid it out there, the
Chris Boy, and you just saw the ball, and you just
hung in there 2
yeah, and you see Chris just run up under.
Right up under it.
Yeah, and they whoop game, but like I said, it was just. And I tell people like y'all are like the forgotten. I'm not. We on Robinson, but Jefferson has guys that match up. When you start calling out some of the best players to come through Hillsborough County.
Oh yeah, look over here.
I'm giving you your flowers. I'm giving you your flowers, bro.
Listen, I went to college with cats from Miami Northwestern, Central, and I used to tell them we would have faded all y'all.
I tell them that all the time.
I know you been at South Florida.
Georgia, all that Miami.
Oh yeah, it was different.
Listen,
it was different.
Y'all had
And
to see us.
it was a situation where Jefferson probably should have had 3 state championships,
Absolutely.
or maybe 4, right?
Absolutely.
I look at, in my opinion, the team that came before us, I was just talking about that went with, Bub and Josh and Prelo and man,
strong.
They would have beat us by 100 points, and we went to state.
They were strong.
And they lost to Palm Bay though.
Palm Bay.
Reggie Nelson.
Reggie
Okay,
Nelson.
I remember that.
Back then, with each county at the time had 10, 12 schools. Hillsborough might have
It was
had
a real
18.
gauntlet.
Right, so it was tough to get through it, and you were constantly having to. They were classifying all the good Hillsborough County teams in the same class, so it was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough, man. But it definitely there was some great athletes that came out from back in the day.
But it meant something, like I said, because you knew you had been tested throughout the season.
Yes.
To get the way you
Yeah,
were.
those was the good days for sure.
Great days.
So we want to wrap this thing up, man. I want to thank y'all for coming on here kicking. Any shout out you want to give Coach Davis?
Hey man, shout out Robinson, man. We doing big things this year. Shout out Coach KJ for getting me on here, getting me out here.
Yeah, man. Get them on here. KJ, any shout out you want to give?
Yeah, shout out Robinson. Like he said, it's going to be special this year. I appreciate all the support, I've gotten from the community. Make sure y'all keep that energy when the season starts. I need all my people in the stands.
We'll be there.
And listen, you just said something, and make that y'all mantra. Why not us?
Why not us?
Get them that mindset when they first get in there. Why not us?
Why not us?
Put it in the locker room when they walk in. Why not us? Because it starts in here.
And then you start to see who believe in it, who like, man, what they talking about? This ain't the spot. I'm tapping people on the shoulder. Hey, you might need to go be a doctor. This might not be the right.
You got to say your test. Hey man,
it's not the right. So it definitely, it definitely is starting to change around that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I just think that's the most important thing. So we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna do rapid fire with both of y'all. Torre, you pull up those that help keep the lights on in here. Shout out to my man Will D, man. Cigar Life, CIGARLYFE.com. A lot of good stuff on there. City Hall, let them know what you got going on, man.
Well, before I get to the City Hall thing, somebody called me today.
City Hall,
First of all, I'm just out there being
ahead,
what I
man.
am. But
Go ahead, bro.
somebody spoofed my page. Somebody called me and asked me about a document. Let me say something. I'm Greg Dawes, GD9 attorney, pro se consultant. We help people navigate the sometimes difficult journey of self-representation.
They say instigator, chop shop show. Pull them up,
we don't
Torres.
give legal advice. We highly encourage you to get one. But one thing that if you go to my website or if you reach out to me, I answer my phone, so there's not going to be some AI thing. And what's interesting, and Torres, you got to get on this now because somebody spoofed my page and said, I want the document you're selling. So I don't sell documents like that. And for everybody out there, tell anybody you hear.
You got to buy them right people at City Hall. What you expect, bro? You stop buying them nice folks. You saw what Red Daddy said in Friday. Stop over coming around to buy these nice people, man. Stop doing that.
First of all, they're not nice people. They give my doggone houses back. I'm about to cuss on here. But anyway, if you get a chance, if there's any issues, just call me. 813-570-9617 or go to gdnapsey.com. Of course, you can find me on social media at on YouTube at Greg Dawes, GDNAPSC. We appreciate all the support and the clientele that have come from there. But if there's any questions, just reach out to me. I do answer my phone.
Okay. Shout out to him, man. Carlos Mount Auto Repair Center, 7101.
Finally, he's on board.
Yeah, he with the Lakers. Yeah,
He finally on
Luka
board.
doing his thing right now, though.
Yeah,
He is. He's going bananas. 813-443-4730. They do all kind of oil change, the tune-up, brakes, AC repair. Elevated Designs got some new stuff coming out. 813-400-7015. Torres, you hit it?
What do you mean?
Next one.
Next one. Elevated Design.
Torres, I went to sleep. He's still on spring break, ain't he? Elevated Designs out there. Yeah, go
Up
check
there
them
in
out.
DC, huh?
Yeah, he's still in DC. Next one, Torres. Probably with the oohs and ahs, and I went and lost his mind. S&C Pool, serving my man Spencer Johnson. Go check them out. 813-802-9496. Pavers, resurfacing, supply, install, pump, automation, install
Your
system.
pool ugly, huh?
Yeah, your pool
Pool
green,
ugly.
Spencer, make it clean.
Yeah.
And the next to last one, we got Wingstop, 10 locations. They got 12 locations, excuse me. They got a new one open up out there. West Hillsboro, 3611. We right there, 2115 East Hillsboro.
What do you do there?
Oh, that's by Alibi Amateur Dancing, if you into that.
Okay.
10019, no Dale Baby Old School Club Draw. I know you told the doze off that back in your day.
Shout out to my dad, Calvin Pearce, OG. You know
Hey, he won. That's who won the thing tonight.
Oh, we know everything.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
That's
we
who
was
won the
right across
thing.
the street at the club.
That's who won the thing.
That's how I know. We had a club right across the street. OG.
Exactly. 4217 South Florida. Down there in Club Cavalier. 14915 North Florida by the Old School Malibu. Then we got 8436 West Hillsboro, Town and Country. They got a new one in Zephyr Hill, 7936 Gall Boulevard, 23048 Florida Highway 54. 1219 Bruce B. Downs out there in Meadow Point.
Yep.
107 South Dale Baby. What's that close to, dog?
The greatest institution of higher learning in the city of Tampa, University, Thomas Jefferson High School.
Okay. 9305 North 56th Street, Temple. That's Chop Shop headquarters. 2776 East Fowler.
Where it all started.
Where it all started. So we're going to take a quick break. We do want to write this music. We're going to do rapid fire with these two coaches. We're finna cut up a little bit on this. Going to be good. We'll be right back. Keep texting. What's going on, good people? You're truly Easy D's. We got Greg Dolph. Dave sitting out here. He out of town. So we're going to do Rapid Fire brought to you by Kings Care. Pull that up for me real quick. I can't do it. Say it good like Waldo said. But yeah, Kings Care made
For King, made by our Queen.
What they got?
I know
beard oil.
They got beard oil because it works. I didn't have one until I started buying it.
They got that pomade too.
Definitely got the pomade, all kinds of hair wash and other kind of things. Just check them out. Couple locations. I don't. It's what king_care.com.
Yeah, that's it.
There we go.
Okay, we're gonna go live. I'm gonna go to Dre first. Livest environment you played in high school on the road.
Livest environment I played in the high
Like
school.
you walk, y'all getting off the bus like, boy, they in here tonight. When you coming out, they got the band playing. Like, okay, they're gonna be good here.
Pensacola High School, my junior year, game before state.
Okay, that's
Pensacola High School.
Pensacola High. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. What about you?
Game before state, Miami Pace.
They swollen the hole down there.
Oh yeah, it's a private school. We thought, well, man, that thing was right in the hood. Never forget an old, little, short Asian lady. We get off the bus, she threw a whole bucket of ice at us.
Damn.
It was on,
What's up?
but they ain't know it was goons too. We came in there, we
did business.
all they did was crank us up. But yeah, hostile round four.
Best player you played against, high school or college?
Jock Sanders. Jock Sanders in high school. I was
you
at
played
Tampa Catholic my senior year. He was at St. Pete Catholic. So,
Okay.
you know, coming from Jefferson, I really didn't see nobody.
Right.
Man, that boy was a dog, and I had to dip it. We beat him. We beat him, I think, 28-24.
Okay.
But I went home that night. I went to sleep, and I swear I had a dream, and all I seen was a black and yellow number 9 jersey. It kept running by, running by, running by. That boy was a dog.
Best player in college you played against?
College, it was a running back. I can't remember his name. He played at Morgan State. He ended up getting drafted in the 3rd or 4th round by the Dolphins. I can't remember his name, but he was cool.
Dre, what about you? High school?
The best player I played against in high school. I'm gonna give two, because this person, he got me right when I was younger. He went to Plant.
Okay.
Was raw. Not the biggest in the world, not the fastest, but when it come to playing corner, he had
Technique.
it down pat.
Yeah.
He had it.
Okay.
He was well coached. He had technique. Javante Martin, he went to Plant.
Okay.
He got my mind right. He tuned me up. He got me right. I was like, boy, I got to turn it up for him. But him, and in college, I would say the best player that I got to see in college, my freshman year, it was this guy named Ray Graham. He went to Pitt.
Okay.
Not a lot of people don't know about him, but go Google his highlights. Ray Graham, he went to Pitt versus South Florida. He played running back.
Okay. Gave it to you?
He catching out the beat. Running that ball, he ran for like 100, catching the ball out the backfield, one hand, making people miss. I'm talking about electrifying, like Tavon Austin.
Okay.
He ended up having an ACL, so he didn't really get to. He was like a senior when I was a freshman, but he had an ACL. He didn't really get to go, but that's probably the best player I've seen, like exciting my college time.
You know, it's weird. They've had a weird history of some great defensive players at Pitt that come out from nowhere.
They got
and they got some,
McCoy.
but they also had some
Revis.
They had some. They have some defensive backs. I don't care what the offensive guy. I look at the defensive guy.
Yeah, but they had
That just
Sean
can lock
Gilbert,
you up.
some
Yeah,
guys.
man.
Yeah, Pittsburgh always have
It's
on the
been
low.
kinda
There's a
weird.
couple every year that come out on the low, catch you off guard. Favorite actor?
Actor?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Let's see. Man, I don't even know.
Okay, favorite movie?
Favorite movie, there we go. I'll go with, let's stay in the spirit of sports. I'll go with The Program.
Okay, that's good. What about you, Dre?
Favorite actor, I'm gonna go. I got two. I like Denzel. I like Mark Wahlberg.
Okay.
I like both of them.
Okay, favorite movie. You can give me 2 movies if you got 'em.
Favorite movie, first one, Friday. That's original.
Okay.
That's my favorite movie. But
Okay. You gotta find yourself, Smokey.
yeah, I like that. I like that Friday Night Lights, man.
That was a good one.
I like that Friday Night Lights.
Bumpy. You know, interesting. Denzel and Mark Wahlberg have a movie together.
Yeah, 2 Guns, right?
Oh,
Yeah, something like supposed to be like a comedy or something.
Oh, it's supposed
I
to be.
forgot. I remember that.
They were supposed
And
to
I
be
got two. I got 2 questions.
like
This is
them
gonna be a
boys.
good one. Road trip You can take 3 musical
gonna be
artists,
interesting.
living or dead.
It's gonna be
Dre,
interesting.
what's your 3?
It's gonna be
It
interesting.
ain't got to be old school. Whatever you want to bump.
It's
This
gonna be
is your
Three artists.
3 artists. Whatever. No judgment. Do your thing.
Lil Wayne.
Okay.
That's one of them. Lil Wayne.
Okay.
2, I'm a little modern too. I'm letting y'all know I
That's
listen.
cool. Do your
I
thing.
listen to everything. I'm a Tampa guy. So we gonna say we going big 290.
Okay.
He from Tampa. He a Tampa guy. I'm going big 290. Lil Wayne, and my last one.
I got Dre. Thank you.
That's tough.
Yeah, you got some
I got
questions.
Yeah, cause I ain't gonna lie. I listen to a lot of
You
music.
got some
Well,
questions.
if you got 2, if
Listen
you
to a
got,
lot of
yeah,
music.
give me 4 then. Give me 2. I don't want you to break it out. Give me 2 more then.
Okay.
Give me one old school and then maybe somebody else.
Old school.
Old school.
But I'm just saying for them, they old
Yeah.
school is different than our
Yeah,
school. I'm just
well,
saying
for
they
real.
could be, they old school like they old school like 90s.
Yeah.
That's they old school. So you go anywhere, Biggie, Paul, Outkast,
That's
whatever.
I'm gonna go with. I like my daddy. He had me on the. He liked that Biggie growing up. So I like that Ready to Die album. I like
Okay.
that Biggie old school. If we got to go with somebody old school,
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Biggie.
Boy, Rod Wave, you boy, Rod
I
Wave.
ain't really.
Yeah,
I
Rod
listen to
Wave.
Rod Wave. I like Rod Wave, but it's 2.
You may
Okay.
be crying
It's
in
too-
alligator
It's
alley.
too sad for me sometimes. You feel me? For real.
Pull your car off, okay.
I need that upbeat.
Just so to keep you
more-
going.
Yeah, crank me up.
Okay, I got you. Trick Daddy, not really.
Not really Trick Daddy.
Okay, Ross.
I like Ross.
Okay,
Listen to Ross.
KJ, what's your
So,
four?
I'm like Dre. I listen to everything, but
Listen
we
to
talking
everything.
about 3 people.
You give me 3 and 1 old
I'm gonna
school.
say I'm gonna go Pop for
Okay.
sure. My
Yeah.
stepdaddy,
I know
raised me
that
on
one,
Pop.
Yeah.
2, he got me through everything. I told you, I thought I was him when y'all met me, Lil Boosie.
Okay.
When I was young, I love that. Definitely, I don't never argue with anybody when they say music influenced the culture because
It do.
Boosie had me
It do.
thinking I was a whole different cat.
Okay.
So that's 2, and then 3, being 813 Tampa. We love Jeezy, so I
Okay.
could listen to Jeezy from here to California.
And an old school, just old school.
Old school.
Because Jesus was pumping when y'all were coming up.
Yeah. If we go old school, I love Trick. I'll go Trick here a little
There we
Your
older.
daddy said you better say Jay-Z, and he did.
No, I ain't. I'll be
I was about to say Jeezy.
Yeah, Jeezy, that's probably my favorite.
Okay.
You're not
Last-
40
I
yet,
like
are
that
you?
Jeezy too.
I'm almost.
Nah, he pushing it. He
Yeah, I'm
pushing.
almost.
He
It's
pushing.
getting up there quick.
Now, this is going to be a good question. I want y'all to be very, very transparent with that. If you could change one rule in Hillsborough County sports, what would it be?
Man, you gonna get me in trouble.
No, I'm just saying. You just be political with it. That's crazy.
Let me recruit.
Okay.
I wish.
I'm gonna say that kind of what we was hearing on earlier that they need to let more. It ain't a rule, but they need to let more people who are not teachers or on the
Right.
staff be head coaches
Yeah,
of these
coaches,
schools
and get opportunities. Okay.
And
that's
what
fair.
I say mean by recruit is, man, there's so many rules. I'm not even really able to speak to people that I've known for 15 years,
Yeah, 'cause
because
now
it's
you're in that-
considered
you're in that
recruit,
capacity
right? And
recruiting.
it's just
Tampering.
right? It's
Yeah.
let us
Wow.
still communicate with the youth and check in on their well being and things like that. There's a lot of red tape and stuff around speaking to people at other schools, and it ain't all I coach kids that I still care about other places.
right?
It was a good show here. I really enjoyed that. And,
Right.
Us
Kevin
too.
Pearce did win, so I'm gonna send it over to LA. So you got your ticket for the polo party. We'll see you on May 24th. But April 27th, Robinson High go live.
Go live.
Spring practice.
It's
Go
up.
live.
Why not us?
Do not forget there's a special election tomorrow in Hillsborough County. If you didn't vote early, make sure you get out and vote. I don't care. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. Make sure you get out there and vote.
You gonna tell them? Okay.
I don't need to tell people who to vote. Just say participate
This
in the
been a
process.
wild weekend, man. March Madness. I'm rocking the hour, Joe. I'm
Yeah,
being
get that
petty
work
because
on.
Florida law.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
work
rocking
on.
that because Florida law. So that's my 2 boys at the house. They real upset about them games. They thought they had big plans, but not this year, Phil. Not this year. So got a good March Madness going. Everybody
Great
getting
one.
ready. Free agency.
Nice.
Moving around a little bit. NFL draft in another month or so. NBA playoffs. So it's a good time of the year, man. So
Lakers are doing what we normally do.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see come May.
Lakers playing some good ball.
They are,
right
but
now.
like I say, we'll see come May. That's
Since
I
1979.
done seen the
I've
move
been there
before.
since 1979.
So yeah, so also man, I'm gonna give a shout out to Ricardo Watson. Got this draft day Wednesday. Best of luck to you, young man. So like to my nephew
sir.
Joe Fallon, Michael Trigg, hey,
Big
lot
Trigg,
of these
Lil
kids
Mike.
in the city, man, spreading their wings, doing good stuff. We're gonna have something for Robinson. Next 3-4 years, get out here
it's
doing their
coming.
thing too.
Definitely.
You say Lil Cardo got his
They got a pro day. They
do
USF
your
got a
thing.
pro day
You
on
know, that's
Wednesday.
another
So.
form of jab. We
Exactly.
definitely rooting for you.
And that's why I
Do
say I
your
want to
thing.
see. I want to see everybody in the city win. I think that'll give a whole
Absolutely.
different
Oh yeah.
sense of unity. You want to see everybody do their thing and do well, man. So shout out, like I say, Coach Robinson. At the Robinson, Coach Dre, KJ, Waldo on vacation. I just found out he'll be definitely reprimanded for that. City Hall, thank you for coming kicking with us, man. So we
And we got
live.
the Rays on Rays coming up this week too.
Yeah, they start. Yeah, baseball start. What?
26.
Yeah, Thursday. Okay, we full.
yeah.
Locked and loaded. Women's on tonight. I gotta go see South Carolina. I like watching Don coach. I don't
Nah,
think
They
she's gonna win
got their hands
I
full
don't think she's
tonight,
gonna win
though.
that this year though. Gonna be
It's tough this year for
I want
UConn ain't
Flagey to
playing,
get
boy.
one though. I want Flagey
gonna
to
be
get
hard.
one.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be
hard.
hard.
UConn ain't got no understanding, boy.
They got 0.
Yeah, line them up. We knocking them down. Line them up. We knocking them down.
man.
We back at it next Monday, man. We should be full staff, so we do every week, man. Keep God first. Love your family. You see us holler. Good night. We gone. Thank you.
Sir, appreciate you.
Yep.